Hey, it's Anthony Meisner with Land Title. I wanted to bring you a quick update for the first to know stats for Greater Metro Denver. Lots of exciting stuff happening. The market is still just booming in Greater Metro, even if we are starting to feel a little bit of a shift, but not bad. These interest rates are not affecting the market nearly as bad as some of the other outlying places like Boulder. So one of the big things going on here, we're still seeing 16% increase in sales price. 800,000 is the average sales price for a single family home in the greater metro area now, which is just astounding, right? I mean, we've been seeing the tide rising, but this is just, it's bananas, right? So now that we're starting to see things slow down, maybe we'll start seeing some of the steam come out of the market, which is well needed. The median's doing the same thing. It's rising really fast, $668,000 for a median sale home across Denver Metro. Then you get into the condo townhouse market. The condo townhouse market this year is virtually identical to the detached market because there just isn't any inventory anymore, right? We've really seen that attached market turn a corner compared to what we were seeing in 2020 or 2021. Almost 500,000 is our average sales price, 430 for the median, both up substantially well over 10%, 14.5% for the median. That really just shows us how much steam is still in this market. Now here's the other thing. It's getting very expensive to live in the Denver metro area, over $300 a square foot if you're in detached. If you're in attached, $362. These numbers are really getting up there, and they're getting up there in a hurry. That's not just new builds. I mean, this is existing homes and everything. 18.5% for a single family home more expensive per square foot this year than last year. That's really having to change some decision making if you're a buyer, and that's becoming a little bit of an issue. So that's actually changing the dynamics of all these purchasers out there, compounded with all of the interest rate hikes. So it's definitely getting more expensive to live here, and it's getting more expensive very fast. Now, the one thing that we need to watch more than anything is the inventory situation. Inventory matters more than anything in the market because this is what dictates and drives appreciation. This is what changes seller behavior. This is how buyers react in the marketplace, right? So when we're looking at supply, it is really important to kind of keep your thumb on what's happening. Then we have 3,200 units on the market. It's only 4% up from where we were last year. We've been down up until this point this year. So we're seeing a lot of new listings coming on. And actually in Denver, you're seeing more listings come on right now than you did last year, up by about 8%. So 6,500 listings per month. It's a lot of listings, right? There's a lot of homes coming on the market, which is a great sign for the market. The only issue being the buyers aren't quite keeping pace. You're starting to see that active inventory bump up just a little bit, and that's starting to cause some problems. Well, not really problems, but it's starting to create a market shift, right? So then the demand side of the situation, here's the other side. We're seeing more homes come on the market, but we're only seeing almost all of them go under contract. So we're just not quite where we were before. Remember, before it felt like every home that came on the market was off in a weekend, right? Now you're starting to see some of the properties that weren't priced right, or that weren't marketed correctly, or weren't staged, or if they're just bad locations, maybe those are starting to sit on the market again. We're starting to see the change. And so that is a big sign. We're up from 0.6 to 0.7 months of inventory. Keep in mind, a balanced market is like 4 months of inventory to 6 months. That's a traditional balanced market. We're not in a balanced market. We're still in this incredible seller's window. So if you're a seller, take advantage of that still. If you're working with sellers, make sure you're giving them the information they need. If we're putting 6,100 homes under contract in the month, it's still gangbusters out there, right? We're just feeling a little bit of a seasonal adjustment, and that's okay. And a lot of that is due to those interest rate hikes that we're seeing. Now, the other thing that we're really not paying too much attention to is the average days in MLS. We are going so fast. The speed of this market is 9 days. We were at 8 days last month. We're at 9 days. We're starting to see a little bit of a seasonal trend early, more like 2 to 3 months before what we would have normally expected because of interest rate hikes. That's okay. We came down from this complete madness hike where we were at 107% list of sale price. Last month, this month we're at 105% list of sale price. It's just a little bit of a shift, a couple months ahead of schedule because of interest rates. That doesn't mean that the sky is falling. It means that hopefully we can get back to some sort of reality because over the course of the last 5 to 10 years, we never ever have been in a position like we are now. This is the best sellers market that we've ever experienced in the history of Colorado for 2 years. So here we are, finally coming into a little bit of a slowdown, back to some sort of set of reality, and hopefully it'll be a little bit more affordable to live in this marketplace over the course of a few year time span. So that's exactly what's happening on from a 30,000 foot view, the big perspective. If you have any other questions, of course, I'm always here to help. Happy to help you with the sub-market data if you need it. If nothing else, catch you in the next video. Have a wonderful day.